welcome back to CCN News. My name is Ariel Sapp and I'm here to discuss the controversial topic of cohabitation. Cohabitation is a state of living together and having sexual relations while not being married. When young adults are in their 20s, they are transitioning into adulthood, which would not be getting help from their parents. Karen Benjamin Gunzo, in her article, Trans and Cohabitation Outcomes, stated the proportion of women ages 19 through 24 who had ever cohabitated, for instance, increased by over 30% between in the late 1980s and 2010. Cohabitation is becoming more popular in society currently in America. Since cohabitation is becoming more popular, marriage is not. David J. Egby, in his article, Cohabitation and Exchanges Support, states, however, marriage is becoming less common among young adults as a way to organize intimate relationships and often appears to be replaced by cohabitation. There are studies that touch on how the first year of marriage is usually the hardest in a relationship, where a cohabitated union can reduce challenges compared to a new living situation. Now here is Nove on the field with a professor and student from Indian River State College.
What is cohabitation?
Cohabitation is living together with someone else.
Okay. Do you agree with cohabitation before marriage?
So it's two people who are planning to get married.
Yeah, and then they
They're
decide.
engaged.
Yes.
So they would be engaged.
Uh-huh.
They're planning to marry.
Yes, but they decide to live together before the marriage.
Yeah, I think that they have to decide if that works for them.
For them. Okay. Do you think? Did you ever cohabitate, or have you
Yes.
cohabitated before?
Yes.
Do you agree with it?
Well, I did agree with it at the time,
Uh-huh.
whether it worked out or not.
Okay. Do you think living with your partner before marriage reduces the risk of you getting divorced?
Again, just speaking for myself, I've never been married,
Oh, okay.
so I've only cohabitated, and I don't plan on being married.
Oh,
So
that's fine too.
there you go. I think everybody has to make that decision for himself or herself.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Have
you
a
bet.
good day. Okay, so what is cohabitation?
Cohabitation is when two people live together before marriage.
Okay, do you agree with cohabitation before marriage?
Somewhat yes and somewhat no. Why? Yes, because you need to know who you're living with before you get married. No is because based on religious belief.
Religious beliefs. Okay, do you think you will ever do cohabitation?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay. Do you think cohabitation will reduce divorces that happens today?
Probably no.
Probably not. Okay. Do you think cohabitation is only concern for those who are religious or traditional?
I think it's tradition.
Traditional. All right, that'll be all. Thank you.
You are.
And we're back. The civilians that Nove interviewed had some great points on both spectrums of cohabitation. The student seems to be more neutral towards cohabitation, whereas the professor seems to be not so sure about it. Egby states that cohabitation greater than 2 years in duration was less likely to either dissolve or marry, and the longer a cohabitating union lasted, the more likely it was to remain intact as a cohabitating union. So in all, there's a 50-50 chance after this 2-year mark to getting married. There is also different circumstances for each union as well. Now back to Nove with Marvin Hobson as a professor from the Indian River State College.
To me, cohabitation, of course, is two individuals living together in the same space.
I was so glad you got away from that, because that was never going to do you right.
I disagree with cohabitation.
Took over.
Well, several reasons. There's that old saying that old people used to tell us, which is if you're tasting the milk already, why do you need to buy it?
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's a wonderful folk tale or kind of saying that our old people used to say, but the premise or the meaning of it is still ringing true, which is if you are already engaging in
But hit me up on Facebook.
Okay.
Get the contact.
All right. That other person.
Take care.
Then you are already breaking those other boundaries where it's really hard for you to know, okay, who that person is and whether or not that's going to be a long-term relationship.
Oh, okay. Do you think living with your partner whom you're not married to will affect the marriage later on?
I think it certainly can. And now, I'm sure there are marriages out there where they cohabitated before and they still were productive marriages. But I don't think you have to live with someone in order to get to know them. There are certain signs that you can see from how they interact with their family, how they interact with their friends, how they interact with you and others that you can observe about a person before living with them.
Okay. Did you cohabitate? I feel like you did it.
I did not.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not cohabitate. And strategically, we did not cohabitate. So another thing is, when you cohabitate, you're sharing money and resources, and those things get caught up. So what if you're cohabitating with someone and then they're paying your rent and you're breaking up with them, or you're dating someone else? That causes a really complicated situation. Whereas when you're married, you know that you're going to cohabitate. You know that you're going to share your resources. You know that you're going to share all of your money and everything that you own. That's known. Whereas when you're cohabitating, you have to work out those things. You have to determine whether or not you're going to do those things or not. So I think it can harm the relationship if you go into a marriage cohabitating and you were separate, like you had your own separate bank accounts, you pay things 50-50. Okay, so now how things are going to work when you're married? Are you going to do those things together? Are you going to share your resources? Because it's always best to do things together. And pool those funds together. You can do more together than you can do separately.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It is.
Cohabitation is when two people live under the same household and have sexual contact, but they're not married.
Do you think cohabitation makes a relationship stronger before marriage?
Yes and no. Reason being is because if you find another partner that meets your sexual needs better than a different partner, then you may not want him because of your sexual desires.
Isn't cohabitation only a concern for those who are very religious or traditional?
Yes, it's a concern because the Bible states that you're not supposed to have sex before marriage. So religious doesn't really take a part of cohabitation.
Here today with, introduce yourself.
Pastor Pierre Joseph.
Okay, so we're gonna ask him a few questions about cohabitation and what he sees from the religious aspect of cohabitation. Okay, the first question is, what is the definition of cohabitation?
Cohabitation between two persons, because we believe in man and a woman. We not believe in a woman and man. We believe in man and woman. Cohabitation before married. This is somebody that agree to stay together, to share something together, probably have kids together, probably buy house together, even they're not married. But by the Bible, is a different signification, cohabitation between man and woman before marriage.
So what does the Bible say? So what does the Bible say about cohabitation?
The Bible against that. The Bible said, before the man and woman get together, they have to be married. Because if you're not, you live in sin, you die, you go into hell. That means the Bible condemned that, church condemned that, because church follow what the Bible says. That means period, the church not support it. If the church know somebody stay together without married, that means there's a punishment between the church and that person.
Okay. Do you think, even though the Bible says not to live together before marriage, do you think if you actually live together before marriage, it will reduces the chances of you getting divorced?
Well, I heard people said it's better to live, couple years with somebody, with each other, we can know. But is not guaranteed 100%. Let's say I want to marry you, but what you're looking for marriage. But you're gonna hide something. You're not gonna let me know. But you're gonna show all the love, all the kindness. You're gonna show, you are a good person. Oh, I will do everything for you. But you got something in your mind. I want him to marry me. But soon I married you. You're gonna show who you are. That means it's not 100% guarantee you're gonna have a good relationship. But it's good to know somebody. But the Bible said you have to be married before you get together with someone.
Okay, that'll be all for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ninja.
Okay, have a blessed Sunday.
You too.
What does cohabitation mean to you?
Just whenever like a couple lives together before they get married.
Okay. Why would it be beneficial to live with your boyfriend or girlfriend before marriage?
To see how they live and if you can like really tolerate how they live, if they're messy, if they're clean, if they're annoying.
Okay. How much time should do you think a couple should be together before it's okay to actually live together?
At least a few months. I don't think the time really matters. Just kind of if you guys get along.
Okay. What age do you think is a reasonable age to live with your boyfriend or girlfriend?
Probably like 19, maybe 18.
Okay. Thank you.
What do you think cohabitation is?
I think cohabitation is when two people live under the same roof, partaking in sexual activities without actually being married first.
Do you agree with cohabitation before marriage? Why or why not?
Yes, I believe in cohabitation because it's good to know who you're going to live with and move in with rather than already being married with them than to find out afterwards.
Do you think cohabitation before marriage may harm your chances of getting married? Why or why not?
I believe that it can harm your chances of getting married because if you're marrying someone, you marry them because you love them and therefore you basically take in everything they come with, whatever problems you work through it.
Thank you, Nov, Ashley, and Amanda for those interactions with civilians. To conclude, there are pros and cons to cohabitation before marriage in young adults. There are a lot of other factors that have to do with cohabitation, such as financials, union families, backgrounds from each other cohabitator, religion, and culture. Like it was said before, cohabitation unions are very popular now in society, though study shows very few lead into marriage. It is an alternative to being single. Therefore, cohabitations passing the 2-year mark still have some chances to not lasting. Every person has their own thought and opinion. So what's yours? Once again, this is Ariel from CCN, and I'm signing off.